Not every creator has their mom behind them to do their management, but you do. Tell us about that.
My mom being my manager is probably like my best kept secret. I feel like I never really talk about it. And really for no reason, but other than the fact that I've been working with my mom in so many ways my whole life. Growing up as a child actor, my mom was always in a very healthy way on top of what I was doing and making sure as a young child I was navigating that world in a healthy manner. And then as I got older, I started my YouTube channel at 16 and I was like, I'm doing this on my own. I kind of did everything, even on the back end, on my own. I even had a fake manager email with a fake name because I thought no one would take me seriously as a 16-year-old. And probably by the time I was 18, 19, that's when my hobby turned into more of a proper job and it got overwhelming with navigating contracts, payment schedules, emails, scheduling, all of the not so fun and glamorous parts of the job. And it started with her kind of assisting me with that stuff. And now I fully owe the last 6, 7 years of my career to my mom. She pretty much does everything. I call her Manager Plus. She does everything from negotiating deals, navigating my day-to-day schedule, content creator calendar, really just keeps me in check and tells me where to go, what to do. And she's the absolute best. I think it can be tricky putting all of your trust and really having someone be the face of your career, whether it's the face talking to clients and brands. And I feel very lucky that I have someone that I know I can trust wholesomely and in every single capacity. And I know she has my best interests in heart. And I always say the day she ever tells me she wants to retire will be the worst day of my life because I could not do half of what she does. So shout out to my mom. You're the best. She's my momager. She hates when I say that, but she is, and she's iconic, and I feel really lucky.
What is your content niche?
Oh, the content niche is a big question. I feel like my niche sometimes is not having a niche. I've grown up on the internet since I was 16 years old. I'm 25 now, and it always evolves through the seasons and eras of my life, whether it be beauty, prosthetic makeup. When I was in makeup school, that became a huge part of my journey. Vegan cooking, recipe videos, travel, lifestyle, just being a 20-something navigating the world and, living in the city, moving to the city, sharing my home journey and interior. It kind of covers all those different pillars. So depending on the year, that might be the new niche.
How do you define influence?
I guess like the proper dictionary influence is being influential and having other people maybe make decisions based off of something you've said or done. When I think of that in the context of my work, it's always really impactful when someone maybe has incorporated more plant-based eating or recipes or purchased a mascara that I talked about or bought their favorite red lipstick that they wore to prom because I talked about it. It's always really interesting to see the real life impact from physical purchases to people changing their way of life or being inspired by something that I did or said and going to school for makeup. That is always the most influential, meeting someone in real life and being like, hey, I did this because of you. That's kind of crazy.
Who has influenced you?
Who has influenced me? I loved YouTube growing up in the very early OG days. I think the OG beauty community, I always talk about Megan Hart's makeup. She was an OG YouTuber I loved, Bethany Moda, Jackie Aina even. These creators paved the way for me, understanding what was even possible in the world of social. My mom, on a very human level, has been my biggest influence. And I mean, there's so many amazing, incredible artists and makeup artists, Sir John, Katie Jane Hughes. Depends on what avenue of my life. Oh, Lauren Toyota from Hot for Food. She is 200% the reason I even knew what the word vegan was. So she's changed my life. I could go on and on. I am only the amalgamation of the people that I've seen before me. So every single thing in my life has been influenced by someone. I take zero credit for any identity I have.
Lauren Toyota. She used to be a VJ, right?
She used to be Much Music, which is crazy because I then became a Much creator and like years after her. So it all has come very full circle. And she's the reason I'm vegan. And she knows that. I've told that. We've done videos together and crazy, eh?
What's one thing that brands can learn from influencers, content creators, and the strategies they use?
That's a good question. I always look to brands and their traditional history of advertising, and I try to learn from them. But I do think it does go both ways. What I think is so fascinating about social is it really cuts through the clutter of super sterile, perfect beauty and all of these parameters that haven't been disrupted in so long. And the reality is I think people are so sick of that. We're sick of seeing the perfect Photoshop edited Eurocentric beauty standards often. What's beautiful is that we have access to anyone who has access to Wi-Fi and a phone. And that gives us way more diverse creators, both in ethnicity, opinion, way of life, and being able to have more of that perspective is so needed and has been a huge gap in the beauty market for so long. So I think that is super amazing that we get to have access and to hear those voices. But also too, I think there's been such pushback with the standards of beauty, and it kind of goes into a bigger question of how that's impacted society. And with social media, sure, there can be the damaging side of it and certain standards that are upheld by that, but in so many beautiful ways, you're able to cut through that noise and have the unedited, raw footage that feels relatable, feels like you're talking to a friend. And really, in a lot of ways, that has the most impact. And for brands, generates to the most click-through and conversion. Because if I hear my best friend recommend something, I'm going to buy it. And if I have this parasocial relationship online, I'm probably going to buy it from them too. Because in my mind, we're besties, right?
You create so much content. What niche has been the most critical to your success?
I think seeing direct impact and having viral moments generate new audience members definitely has been either from the beauty community or the vegan community. On YouTube, I focus a lot more on what I eat in a day, recipe videos, cooking, things like that. And for some reason, I will never understand why the world is so fascinated in what I eat in a day. I don't think I eat anything that crazy, but those videos always tend to garner some views and new audience members, and also longtime audience members, which is always really gratifying when you have a viral video. Especially now in the new wave of TikTok, beauty content always tends to go viral, whether it's color-changing lipstick or skincare products that can be used as makeup, or just crazy new makeup products. Those videos tend to take off and have a mind of their own on TikTok. So shout out to the viral beauty trends, because those always give my page a new resurgence in a good way. I need it sometimes, okay?
What beauty brand would you shout out, since you use so many?
There is a love for Charlotte Tilbury forever. Her products are amazing. I love Fenty Beauty. I love Pat McGrath. Pat McGrath is amazing. What else has like gone viral lately? I'm trying to think. There's some fun faux freckle products, but then I feel like I'm missing one. Oh, there's this random Amazon lip liner that's like a lip stain lip liner, and that's been, of the last few weeks, been taken off and having a mind of its own.
Rapid fire time. Favorite part of Paris trip so far?
I'm gonna pick two: meeting people and seeing the beautiful streets of Paris.
How do you describe your personal style?
Lazy when I'm not on camera, and sporty chic maybe when I get dressed up.
What clothes, makeup makes you feel the most you?
I'm super into denim right now. Girlfriend denim is my go-to, or a Golde. And then skincare always makes me feel my best. I'm using IS Clinical, and that's been making my skin feel good, and I always feel on my A game when my skin is feeling good.
What can you not leave the house without?
Oh, I was gonna say lip balm. That like came out of my mouth. Clothing wise, normally a good jacket and sunnies. I'm an accessories girl more than anything.
Done.
Okay, thank you. That was so fun.